Hey, stop by my LCS, pick up my pulls. Let me show you what I got. This is James for Read More Comics. Want to begin? Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell down on the bottom so you get any notifications when I produce new content. As I shared in my intro, I stopped by my LCS, Buy Me Toys in beautiful Mishawaka, Indiana, and I picked up my pulls. What I've been noticing the last couple weeks, and I've been tracking it since my LCS has moved away from using Preview World since, Diamond went belly up, it's becoming a little bit harder to keep an eye on things. I've been using League of Comic Book Geeks, and that's been helpful, but there have been times when I order things and I forget I order them, and the way Comics Hub works is it's not really user friendly. I'll be honest. It's not intuitive. It doesn't let me look through and go, hey, what are the books I have on pre-order? So let's go ahead and get started with this. It was a small week, and there was a book I didn't expect to get, and so I ended up getting 2 copies because I ordered it, so I'm going to pay for it. First up, from Vault Comics, we have Barbaric, The Long Death. This is a one-shot, and I got into Barbaric a couple years ago when I saw some dollar bin issues of it. It is crazy sword and sorcery, fantasy, over-the-top kind of adult humor. Axe is, I'm sorry, got some glare there. Axe right there is an incredible kind of sidekick to the main character, the Barbarian. Highly recommend it, but again, it's an adult book, so you should really be 18 years or older if you're going to read this. Unfortunately, because of the nature of the stories, it's hard to do a review of it because it's graphically violent and there's a lot of language. Going on that sword and sorcery theme, we have Titan Comics Conan the Barbarian issue number 27. This is a Nick Mirankovich cover. This is the A cover. And that's absolutely gorgeous. Titan has been swinging for the fences on this current Conan run, and it kind of harkens back really, and I've said this a lot, to Robert E. Howard's original Pulp Fiction stories. Jim Zub, who's been doing the writing, he knows his stuff, and it really shows. The next 2 books, this is the one where I didn't realize I ordered it. Like, apparently I subscribed to it, and then I ordered a book because it was on the final order cutoff. So we got Star Trek, The Last Starship. Sorry, this is issue number 3. This is the, let's see, Francavilla cover. And he's doing all the A covers, right? And they're killer. So I subbed to this so I could get the A covers. But apparently I also ordered this one. Classic Jim Kirk look on his face. This is the Razzah cover. I really love Razzah's work. So am I disappointed in myself that I bought 2 of the same book? Yeah, but it's Razzah, so I'm just going to deal with it. Sorry, I live in the county and someone is expressing their Second Amendment right. Anyway, next up we have Star Wars Jedi Knights. This is the Torrin Clark lightsaber variant cover. Outside of Legacy of Vader, the Kylo Ren book, this is the best Star Wars book right now, in my opinion. They've been doing this great job of, the creative team has been doing a great job of keeping kind of like a one-off adventure. You have a couple, like a Jedi Knight, Jedi Master that everybody knows. They introduce a couple little side Jedi Knights, which is okay because they're not the main character. They're relying on name to kind of carry the story. And there are some overarching things going on with Qui-Gon Jinn, but it's not enough where it's becoming the heart of it. Really, really enjoying it. I think this is maybe the first cover appearance of Waddle. I don't know. Very cool cover, regardless. We got a holiday book, Thundercats Holiday Special 2025. Check that out. It's a one-shot. I kind of dig these holiday books, and while I'm kind of trimming back on the books that I'll get, like I'm sticking with the DC holiday books because it's a lot of comic for your buck. But I saw this and it really kind of has a cartoon feel to it. So there we go. Last book in my polls. This is a variant cover by David Nakayama. We have Wonder Woman issue number 28. One of his best covers in my opinion. And when I went to buy me toys, this book, this cover was no longer on the shelf. So considering what, this is the B cover. I mean, they had all the other variants. They had the A cover, but not this one. Tom King's been doing an awesome job in this story, and it's supposed to build up. I saw something, I think it was on, maybe it was Instagram. Anyway, they're building up to the Wonder Wars or something like that, where the matriarch's supposed to take over America 4 years from now or 20 years from now or something like that. Really kind of looking forward to how that kind of builds up, because Tom King has been doing a slow burn on this title. So those are my polls. Now I have some surprise books. These are all back issues. I went to buy me toys. I had a couple, got my polls. There were a couple other books I saw that went, I need those. So we got Absolute Batman issue number 15. This is the A cover. I already have one of the variant covers. I saw they had a lot of these last week, you know, when I left, and I went, you know, maybe I should pick up an extra cover. I did. So when I went back, they had very few of these. I picked up one so that way other people could get them. And then as I am making my way to checkout, I noticed this sitting on a stack. They have their books organized by the big two. Then they have indie books kind of off the side. They don't have as many indie backstock, or yeah, I would say that's probably true. Anyway, they got someone's Spawn collection in. Spawn number 92 by Todd McFarlane. The cover is penciled by Greg Capullo, and then the Todd father did the inks on this. So that's just killer, and you can see both of them right there. I got this. I'm not a huge Spawn fan, but I do have issue 1 through 100 and a couple of the other ones afterwards, some of the variants. I needed to finish out my first 100 issues. I think I'm down to like 5 books. So that was a nice pull. Then today I was out running some errands and made the mistake of going to the shopping district in Mishawaka. Beautiful city, but it was crazy. Went to Half Price Books, and they had reorganized their entire, well, mostly reorganized their entire comic book collection, because clearly they've gotten several collections in. So I went through the bins, and I start with the A's, and I look, typically I look Aquaman, I look at Fantastic Four, I don't look at Batman anymore because the Batman I need are not going to be in the bins. I'll look at X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. I've been kind of toying with collecting the Darkness and Gen 13, but that's about it. Okay, because most of the runs the big runs I'm looking at, I'm pretty much on the cusp of finishing. Struck out with Fantastic Four, which didn't surprise me because the books I'm looking for are John Byrne books, and John Byrne, right? They didn't have, Justice League Dark, need a couple issues in volume 1. They didn't have that. Struck out with Darkness, Gen 13, no real new Uncanny X-Men, but I noticed someone sold their Aquaman run, their collection, because they had volume 1 Aquaman stuff in the locked kind of books. So I went through, and I knew how much of my comic book budget I had left over, because I didn't want to just clear them out, with the holidays right around the corner. So this is what I picked up, and these were some nice run fillers. So first up, this is volume 3. Okay, it came out in 1988. This is so we have issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4. And then the last issue I needed was oh, I'm sorry, that's the next one. So with these 3 right here, I finish out volume 3. Okay, I already have volume 2. That's a 4-issue run that came out right after Crisis. Next up, we have, this is volume, let me put this in the right order. This is volume 4 by Sean McGowan. This came out in 1992. So, and with these 6 books, I have finished that volume also. So we have issue number 3. It's interesting to me, on almost every cover of this volume, he looks angry. Like in 1992, as a Gen Xer, I get it, we're kind of nihilistic and we're angry at the establishment or whatever, but he's like angry on every single one. So we have issue number 6, even right here, issue number 9. I'm not sure what's up. He's drowning apparently. So issue number 10, number 12, even there, he's angry. And then issue number 13. And that finishes out that run. That was a small run. I think it only had 15 issues. So issue number 2 had 4. Issue number 3 had 5. And then we get to Peter David's run in issue number, or volume 6. Okay. And I've been working on that after he passed away. I read a lot of good things about the run. And this is like the Aquaman in Justice League, the animated series, is this Aquaman. This is the angry man that Peter David created that really has influenced modern iterations of Aquaman in other media. We don't see that as much in comic books after Peter David. So we got issue number 0. I think this is the first appearance. This is a key first appearance of his hook hand. Issue number 4. Nice Lobo cover. Issue number 7. Issue number 10. Issue number 11. Issue number 12. This one is not a Peter David Aquaman book. He stopped in the 40s. And they had a bunch of those, but I had pulled this out of the other side, and then they saw they had a dedicated Aquaman drawer. So we got issue number 74. These are my pulls, my surprise back issue finds. If you like listening to me to ramble on, please do hit the like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the books I found, about the Aquaman books. Do you like collecting Aquaman too, or is there another DC superhero you're really looking forward to James Gunn kind of pulling out the stops and utilizing? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to read more comics.